So I was playing some Tears of the Kingdom last night and I got stuck, bro. Like, there was this gong on the first floor, but it was like caged in, so I couldn't get to it. And I was stressing out. I was like, how do I get to this gong? And so I searched YouTube and I found out that I'd actually like passed the place where I was supposed to get to it. Like, there was like this hole in the ground, and like instead of instead of dropping down that hole to the first floor, I think that I dropped to like the second or third floor, and I didn't drop all the way down to the first floor. And so I think that's why I I missed the gong, and it was like the last gong that I needed to unlock the door. So like when you look on the map, you see like this big room, and this door leads to this big room, and I feel like there's definitely gonna be a boss fight in here, but I'm kind of wondering what this boss might be. And yeah, maybe it's like some kind of scorpion type thing, because with some of these other Zelda games, you see like scorpion type bosses in like these hot areas. Um, maybe maybe like some kind of rock monster. I know that earlier we encountered like this rock monster. It wasn't. It was kind of like a boss. And bro, I heard that the Tears of the Kingdom, it's actually just like ideas for DLC for the previous game, Breath of the Wild, and like yeah, I definitely feel like Tears of the Kingdom could have been like part of like an expansion pass, like maybe. Hmm, so Nintendo sells Tears of the Kingdom for $90, and it's basically just DLC for Breath of the Wild. So I feel like it could have been like $20. Like, you buy Breath of the Wild, you play the game, and then you get like a Tears of the Kingdom expansion pass for $20. And it just adds new content to the existing map. But Nintendo just got greedy, and they were like, you know what? Breath of the Wild sold like, what? Like, I think it was like 17 million copies. And they're like, yeah, let's get another 17 million copies by selling this DLC as a separate game. So some people say that video games brings more joy than dating, and I want to talk about my experience. I mean, obviously, what my family did with these missionaries yesterday, obviously it wasn't a date, but it was similar to a date. And I want to talk about like the joy of playing video games versus going on a date. You know, one thing that's really bad about video games is that it costs a lot of money. Like like right now, I have a, a PlayStation 4 and a Switch Lite, and the Switch Lite has a drifting problem. So I had to steal my brother's Nintendo Switch that has a dock, and gaming can be like a really expensive habit, like especially with these Nintendo products. If your Switch Lite drifts, You can't just replace the Joy-Cons. You have to buy an OG Switch or a new Switch Lite. So gaming can be a really expensive habit. But you know, dating can be an expensive habit too. If you're like buying these girls like all this stuff, you know? Maybe they want you to buy them jewelry. Maybe they want you to buy them all this stuff. And if that's the case, then dating could be like a more expensive habit than playing video games. But, obviously these missionaries don't be asking you to buy them jewelry and stuff. They just want a simple meal and want to go ministering. But ministering also obviously has a cost involved. Like sometimes, like with my mom, when we go out like ministering and teaching, we're always giving away like free stuff. Like we gave away like a container of potato salad to one of our neighbors, and so obviously there's a cost involved with like service and ministering, just like there's a cost involved with playing video games. But with like service, there is a cost involved, but you're adding value to the world. And with video games, it's valuable to yourself because you're being entertained, but you're not adding value to the world. So like this sense of purpose that you feel adding value to the world, you can't get that from playing video games. And that's the human condition, boys. It's that we all have a conscience, and we know that the time that we're playing video games, we could be spending like adding value to the world. Like in this hotel job I had, it felt kind of miserable in the moment, but like in the long run, it was like clearing my conscience because I knew that I was adding value to the world when I saw like these families, families with young children staying at this hotel. And I just felt like this sense of purpose, making sure that these families with young children had a good stay at the hotel and everything was right with them during their stay, even though the work felt quite miserable and quite demeaning in the short term. And it felt like all these managers were rushing me, and I felt like they had these unrealistic expectations of me. But when I saw these families with young children, I felt like what I was doing was kind of worthwhile in the end. So the moral of this video is y'all need to decide for yourselves what you value. Do you value providing like this meaningless entertainment for yourself, or do you value providing meaningful service to others and creating value for more than just yourself? Y'all need to decide this. And I know that a lot of y'all in the comments, bro, y'all talking about how people just want to use you and they don't really care about you. And bro, I've been doing this for over a year now. I've been doing like coaching men on how to improve their social confidence, and y'all know that I be practicing what I preach, bro. I be approaching a lot of these people, and a lot of them don't want to use me. Like, for example, I was in this shop. It was like workwear shop, and I was talking about how I wanted some black pants for my job, and they were like, "Oh, you should go to Kmart. You know, Kmart probably got the size that you want. Our sizes are a little too big for you. You go to Kmart, they probably got your size." And as y'all can tell, if they wanted to use me, then they would make me buy pants that were too big for me so they can get paid. But they were thinking about what was best for me. What was best for me is getting pants that were my size for an affordable price. But so, because like I practice what I preach on this channel, I'm going out and approaching people and getting to know them. Because I do this, I know that a lot of people are nice people that maybe they even want what's best for you, bro. Maybe they're just not in it for themselves. Maybe they genuinely do want what's best for you. And so, the moral of this video is, only way you're gonna know if people don't want to use you is if y'all interact with these people and start like a friendship with them, bro. And if you sense that they're trying to use you, then y'all can just cut them off and just eject out of the situation, bro. But if you sense that someone genuinely wants the best for you, then y'all should be friends with them, y'all should stick with them, and y'all should never let them go. And that's basically what I got for the video. Thank y'all for listening. Y'all the best fans, and y'all been showing me so much support on the channel, and it's been quite an amazing journey for me. And I love y'all so much, and goodbye.